July. I mean, I think you were here since the very first, sale, right?
Yes.
Even before.
I remember there was the blog post announcement explaining the mechanism, and it was based on the Vitalik, like a little white paper, because the first round was in 2008, and it was soon after the ICO explosion. Yes, of course, 2018. Soon after the 2017, when there was so many crazy valuations. So the Kleros took the path of a very balanced, it was a very balanced, very sensible, the way how this, it was called interactive ICO. And basically, when sending funds, you set up your maximum price per token, and then you could withdraw. It was like really sophisticated, and because it was so, I would say, yes, very sophisticated and intricate and nuanced with so many features, there was a bug bounty, and I take a pride for it. I found the bug, and you've sent me one ETH bug bounty, so I'm very proud till this day.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. So that's the story of crowdfunding, and that's the approach we had to, selling tokens, OTC, not OTC. So that's how it went. So there's clarity on that. So now I think one of the big updates for the week, maybe William can tell us a bit about his experience at the Plurality conference in Berkeley, when he had the chance to meet with very cool people.
Yeah, very much so. This sort of like circle of people around Glen Weil, and they're like interested in these like alternative sort of economic mechanisms to, kind of improve capitalism and improve democracy. Held at this conference they called Plurality. Their kind of ultimate goal is to form this like new academic subfield, as like similar to like crypto economics or like mechanism design or like other kind of like branches of economics that has like the goal of looking at these sort of alternative mechanisms. And he had invited like a bunch of like sort of mathematicians and economists, but also like philosophers and historians and sociologists that had different perspectives on these kinds of questions, what it means to be like plural. So that was fascinating. Talked to tons of interesting people. Finally met some people that I sort of corresponded with over emails or blog posts. Met Nathan Schneider. Met the various sort of authors on the Decentralized Society paper. Had long talks with several of the people that are sort of working in this space around improving quadratic funding. And I'm particularly motivated to take some of these ideas and use them to improve Kleros. We have ideas about how some of these approaches around weighting quadratic funding contributions by subbound tokens can be used in weighting juror odds of being drawn in Kleros. You can see my lightning talk at the Plurality conference if you want to see more details, or I gave a longer talk about this at DevCon. So I'm excited for this sort of young field. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, it was awesome, and yeah, maybe Jean, you can share William's talk on the channel so people can see it in the group. So then, this week still developing V2. There will hopefully some news quite soon. And I don't have like that many more things. I think it would be a better use of our time if we give it to the incubated teams to tell us what they are doing and see how the community can help us, build better. So yeah, who wants to start?
I'm gonna start.
Do you want to start?
Or you play.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. So, hey, I'm Faye. I'm building with my team Lensax. We are a project built on top of Lens Protocol. I don't know if you have heard about Lens Protocol. We are a social media focused on bookmarking, so a bookmarking solution with a social component. So whenever you want to collect and save something on the web, when you are browsing, you can collect it through Lens and then organize it in lists. So you will have your personal space to organize yourself and your resources. And then you will have a social component. You will see a feed with every collect of every user in the social in our app. So the feed, through the feed, you will be able to discover content that is being collected, and it's not made by an algorithm using your data and your interest. So that's what we are building. We are pretty excited about it. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if you want to elaborate about your project.
I will share my screen. I have a small presentation.
I would like to, before that, I would like to share some comments also about lens tags.
Okay.
If you don't mind. They participated on a hackathon last year in Buenos Aires. They won the hackathon called Bear Builders. From the creators of WeLook. It's like a POAP protocol that integrates with POAP that is now expanding. And Faye is also a member of the Cultivator DAO, which is a DAO that was created from the Lens tags protocol
from the Lens protocol.
Yeah, from the Lens protocol to reduce spam and basically avoid the problem of bots and make the platform more usable, like have better content and maybe have some kind of curation. And I'm very how can I say, excited to see this integration, because I believe that it's a great ecosystem to be a part of. There's a lot of exciting things and there's a lot of potential.
Yeah, and maybe also before going to the badge, maybe tell us who are the members of the team, so people also get to know them.
Yeah, well, we have I'm Faye, as Jean said. I'm a member of Cultivator DAO. We won the first prize in a hackathon, a local hackathon. And alongside me, we have Kandu. Kandu is taking care of the marketing side. I don't know if she's here. She's here. Yeah. He's taking care of the marketing side and some UI and designs. We also have Leo, which is also here. He's the tech lead, and he's taking care of all the infrastructure and basically leading the team. We also have Nawe, who's taking care of the front end and some project management. And we also have another collaborator outside the core team, but outside the core team, we have another collaborator whose name is Federico. So yeah, we are 4 of us and a 5 member. So what else? Yeah, the project started in September with an idea, and after the hackathon, we started to work as a side project in this together. Some members from the original team stepped down and are now advisors, so they provide some advisory. New members stepped in. Here we are in Lisboa, pretty exciting.
Awesome. Well, now, let's go to the badge, Agu. You can share the screen.
Let me share the screen. 1 second. So, yes, so I'm Agustín Pane. I'm one of the founders of the batch. First of all, I want to thank you, Fede, and the rest of the Kleros team to give us this opportunity because it's very, very useful for us. It's very important. We are learning in these 2 weeks. We are learning a lot of things that quite fast that will take a lot of time in just around. So for us, it's a very, very good opportunity. I want to think about that. So basically, this is our team. We are 8 people. So this is me, Agustin Pane. Then we have Nico Dominguez, which is our CTO. Fede is our Fede Madari. He is also here on the call. He's our front-end lead. We have Javi, which is our finance and advisor. Fer, that is working on the front-end side as a Web3 developer. And we have another Agustin, which is our designer, and Agustin Lombardi, which is our community management. And we also have Nico Magri, which is helping us on the legal stuff. And yes, that's basically who we are. So what is the batch? The batch basically is a platform that allows that communities, Web3 communities, to certify information in a decentralized way. This means that instead of passing in centralized entities, they could issue certificates using a peer-to-peer creation mechanism. That's the main difference between our project and other projects. And this basically allows a lot of different use cases and projects to use us as a certification layer. For example, a project that want to have proof of reserve. Nowadays, that is very common because a lot of scams and problems that we have on the last months. A lot of companies started to do some. Okay, we have proof of reserve made, but how is gonna be sure that this proof of reserve is well made? We don't know. We cannot trust them. We cannot trust a centralized entity. And this is why we came with the idea of having a decentralized certification platform. A platform where basically you upload an evidence that you want, that proof that you are eligible to get a specific certification, and the community will validate that. So what is our vision? We have a goal that is to help increase the trust and the transparency of the crypto world. We have a lot of Web3 ecosystem right now, DeFi and other very incredible projects. Kleros is one of them, of course, but the problem is that we're still trusting a lot in the centralized board to some of the things. Yes, we need a way to certify information, and this is why the batch comes to the rescue. And for doing that, we are basically having a platform that incentivizes economically the people to make this happen. We have what we call curators, and what we call creators. The curators basically are the people that are incentivized to analyze the evidence of the certificates that are requested and issue the certificate or not in case that they are not valid. And the creators are the people that are creating new kind of certificates that could be used for other users. So that's it. That's our small introduction to our project. So if you want to learn more, just join our Discord or follow us on Twitter. And yes, that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all. And so, is there people from Talent Layer there so they can also present, or?
I'll ask them to present next week. So I do not want to take the whole community call.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next week, Talent Layer. No problem. Okay. So the teams have already gone through the first week and a half of the program. They already had a session with me about strategy design, another one about how to plan and build network effects, and also with Clément, they had a game theory workshop, which is very fun. I mean, it's a little game. And then, well, what's coming for them is user interviews, well, and lots of smart contract security and other things. So this incubator, this cohort, we have like 15 workshops. We really scaled a lot of what was the previous one, and we are putting these workshops online we're like open sourcing them. If you want to see them and you're not in the incubator, you can watch some videos we recorded, and we will be adding more. And they could help you put your project into shape if you want to build a Web3 project. I don't think I have much more for today. I don't know. Maybe Shotaro, is there something worth mentioning about Susi?
It's quite loud where I am, but I'll have more to share next week.
Okay. Good. Well, I guess that's it for me for today. And I don't know if you have any questions.
There is a Davos happening, the World Economic Forum. All the cool, powerful people hanging out in Switzerland, and there's plenty of crypto projects. There's plenty of crypto, blockchain, Web3 organizations doing various events, and yeah, just saying, World Economic Forum is happening right now.
Yeah, we get invited to do some side event at Davos typically, but let me tell you something. It's expensive, and it's unclear if the return of that investment is worth it or not. So yeah, but we do get lots of people trying to sell sponsorships and all that. So yeah.
Something interesting about that is that there was they had a panel about DAOs. So it's pretty interesting that we are not that early anymore. Now everyone knows about DAOs, and one of the people mentioned about DAOs was someone that is investigating several DAOs called DIPA. That interviewed Perico and I think Clement for their book. And that's interesting, the connections that that end up happening. So I wonder if Kleros was mentioned. I believe it's very likely that it was discussed.
I don't know. We've been around for a while now, so maybe yeah. Chat GPT. If you ask Chat the bot, what are the leading projects in arbitration? Kleros is one of them. Alongside the American Arbitration Association. Don't even need to ask about blockchain. Just ask arbitration, and and it mentions Kleros. You can't buy that marketing. So, and one last thing. This reminds me. So, as I mentioned, we are trying to involve more of the community in a number of aspects. So Jill is going to be reaching to some of you for getting some feedback for how we can better onboard new members. So if he gets to you, try to pay attention to him and help him to do his work. So this will result in a way better onboarding process for new members. Okay. So thank you very much for your cooperation. I guess that's it for today, guys. Then, anything else?
Davos is truly indeed expensive because it's just a small village in the Alps. They do not have many hotels. But who knows? Maybe next year. I was there in May 2022. It was in the summer, and yeah, it is a very good networking event. I would say that every single person is interesting. It was just a very high energy place, and yeah, as I said, maybe next year, maybe there will be a next bull market, And by the way, there's a couple of different Telegram chats. Like there is a main Kleros Telegram chat with about more than 4,000 people. There is a small Telegram group for jurors, like debating about the pixels and shades of gray. And there is also a trading group that was very active during the World Cup. And there is also a Spanish group, and maybe there is a Chinese group, and there is Discord. I mean, Kleros is big, not just this little Telegram. So if someone is watching the recording, listening to the recording, yeah, there's loads of little tentacles in the Kleros community.
There you go, and it's just starting, so it begins. Okay, well, guys, that's it for today. Then see you. I'll see you on the Telegram. Bye bye.
Okay. See ya.
Bye bye.
See you next one.